All right, a happy Thursday to everyone. Thanks for joining us on News 10 Plus. I am Taylor Gattoni. Alongside of me is Rachelle Legrand from Studio 10. How are you doing today?
I'm doing wonderful, Taylor. How are you?
I'm good. You know what threw me off, though, this morning?
The red lipstick?
Oh, well, you're looking good. You have the red lipstick. You have the red nails on your feet, though. You have the orange on your hands.
We're not going to look at those.
We won't look at that, but your hands look good. What threw me off is we didn't have an 11 today during the earlier, or we didn't have that either, the early morning show. This Thursday feels like a Friday. I'm very thrown off.
Okay, I did a little work outside of work on Sunday, so today feels like Friday. Today feels like the end of the week. I should be home. That's how it's feeling right now.
It really is feeling like that. Yes. So for anyone right now, just know you're all good, and Anne's joining right now.
Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome anytime up on here. But yeah, so no News 10 today at 11 today or tomorrow, but we will have a first at 4, so you can catch us then.
All right.
But
before that first at 4,
we got Studio 10 to talk about what's coming up today.
At 3 o'clock, a really, really great, wonderful show, as always, but today a little bit different.
Okay.
So we are having a local performer, and you may have seen her. If you haven't, catch her today because she is somebody you don't want to miss. We're going to be doing some hula hooping, but with Nat Spin. So she performs at so many different festivals across mid-Michigan. And she won't be doing the fire today, but she does a lot of different hula hooping with fire, and she does like this lollipop. It's amazing. So she's going to show Nicole and I the basics, just the pure basics, but then we're going to take it up a notch, and she's going to join us. It is, I'm telling you, Taylor, something you've never seen before.
No, what time is this?
This is at 3 o'clock. At 3 o'clock, okay?
Everyone at 3, go on. I'm going to be busy working, but I'm going to have it on and like typing away.
I'm telling you, she hula hoops like 2 or 3 different at a time around her neck, on her arm, across her chest, on her leg, without missing a beat.
How do you have those skills and coordination?
I literally watched her do it, and I was like, okay, let me find the technique.
I think it's like a magic trick. Like that?
No. It is something. It is so cool. So she's going to be performing today, but like we said, we're going to start at the basic level. She's going to show Nicole and I just how to keep it around the hips, keep it around the waist. We'll see how well we do with that. It's been a while since I've
Any fires or no fires?
No fires.
No fires, and probably because of the air quality today.
Exactly, so we don't want to contribute to that, but that's okay because who knows, maybe later on she may come back another day.
That would be incredible.
Really, really
Either way, I'm tuning in at 3.
Okay, exactly.
All right.
At 3 o'clock, she'll be there regardless. And on top of that, we're doing a lot of different summer activities. We want to make sure that we're giving you guys something to do, something that, you can say, hey, I saw this in Studio 10, I'm going to try this at home.
Yeah.
So on top of hula hooping, we're going to do disc golfing. Now, I've never disc golfed before, so this is a surprise. This is new. This is new to me, too. But Claudia is going to be showing us the basics, not the basics, but really giving us a tutorial on how to disc golf and what it's all about.
That is a lot of fun. I don't know. I think I was telling you yesterday, I play a little disc golf.
You do?
I'm a beginner.
Okay, but you can show me because I'm what's below beginner? Not intermediate.
A rookie?
A rookie.
There you go.
Yeah, a rookie. There you go. So you can show us a little bit about that, and Claudia is going to be giving us that tutorial and showing us what disc golf is.
We'll have to tune in because Claudia needs to teach me even more so I can become a pro.
Okay.
There we go.
All right, there you go. And on top of that, another activity we're doing is our summer reading list. We're going to start our Studio 10 Summer Book Club. So there's a couple of books that we all really kind of love. Mine, won't tell you. Well, I'll tell you. Fine. I'll tell you guys. I will tell you what Nicole's and Claudia's is.
Because I want to hop on this.
It's Atomic Habits. Have you ever read that book?
No.
It's a New York Times bestseller. You should read it.
I should read it.
It's really good.
I have a whole list of books as well I need to get through this summer. But I'm going to add that on. What is it?
Atomic Habits.
Atomic Habits.
It's an incredible book. It's more of like a self-help, self-guidance kind of book.
Oh, I love those.
I really love this one because it didn't just tell me how to change my actions, but how to change my thoughts and then make my actions a little bit easier. It talks about habit stacking and how little things you do every day can change your overall behavior and help you kind of really achieve any goal it is that you want. I started picking it up in 2020, and it was hard for me to do anything. Because I was I'm sitting at home, and I was like, well, what is there? I don't really need to do anything, because for what? For who? For what reason? So I'm rereading it again, and I'd love for you guys at home to join me. I'd love for you to join me
Adam
as well.
Hacking?
Atomic Habits.
Atomic Habits. I don't know. It's
Friday.
We're getting our days
Not
messed
really.
up.
It's
Friday
Thursday,
Junior. Friday Junior. Atomic Habits.
Atomic
there
Habits.
we go.
I'll give you the author and whatnot when we start the show
Okay.
at 3 p.m. So we have all of that, and then plus we're just going to give a preview to the Michigan Fresh Fish Expo. The Michigan Fresh Fish Expo.
Say that 5 times fast.
Michigan Fresh Fish Expo.
Hey,
Fresh
you got it. That's too hard.
That's going to be happening at the Capitol next week. So we're having somebody in studio talk to us a little bit about what we can expect there, how we're supporting our local fishermen through this expo. Awesome. So it's really exciting.
Oh, that's good. Anything else to share, Studio 10? I feel like it's very like an outdoorsy activity.
Very activity kind of show. We are always trying to give our viewers something that they can take home with them, and they see it on Studio 10, but how do you want to incorporate this in your daily life? What can you take from this? And we got a lot of activities. So whether it's the hula hooping, whether it's the disc golfing, whether it is fishing.
There you go.
Whether it's reading, we've got all of that in store for you today.
Awesome. I am excited to tune in. I always love walking in and seeing what you guys are working on and where you are in your show, and it's always a good time.
It's always good. Commercial breaks
are where they're at.
All right.
Anyways, thank you, Rachelle, for joining.
Thank you.
And here is where Rachelle was talking about all of the different places you can stay connected with Studio 10. You have their website, you have their Instagram, you have their email, all right up there. And also, if you ever happen to miss any of their segments within their show, you can go to YouTube at WILX Studio 10. That is the username you want to look up, and you're going to hit that subscribe button, and that way you're able to stay on top of any stories that they've done, anything they talked about. You know, you are unable to tune in at 3 o'clock today to Studio 10. You can go back and watch their videos on disc golfing, anything like that. So make sure that you are subscribing to Studio 10. But right now we are going to check in with First Alert Meteorologist Colton Cichoracki.
Yes.
Yes.
Busy day, right?
What do we have going on?
Just a lot going on with weather. You know, with the air quality. That's
I'm going to change this around.
It's okay.
Very smushy over here. I'm cutting your head off.
I was going to say, I can just
there we go.
bend down a little. But yeah, you know, it's a Thursday, right? Today's my Monday.
It is.
I was off yesterday, so everything's just throwing me off today. But, you know, what we've been seeing outside, I was just outside not too long ago, and it smells like wildfire smoke outside.
Yeah.
So once again, we have this wildfire smoke that's overhead. We're going to see this continue into tomorrow. Probably by the time we get into the end of tomorrow and into the weekend, it should start to fade away at least a little. But some new wildfires are going. That's something we'll be watching for as well. So I want to show you a look at this. Now, actually, can you switch to Max 2?
Oh, yeah.
This is the graphic I want. So what we'll end up seeing on this graphic itself, once we get it loaded in there, is that we can actually see the wildfire smoke from space. So there's the animation of it. Kind of tricky to tell today because we do have so many clouds. So that really bright color, those are actually clouds. It's not the smoke.
Okay.
But we can see like the haziness that has been over the state of Michigan. That is showing some of the wildfire smoke. Now, we did see some new development of wildfires just to the north. Uh-oh, hang on, pointer. There you go. Just to the east of Sault Ste. Marie. This is in southern Ontario where there have been a few new wildfires, so that's where we've been seeing some of the smoke from, coming in from the due north with some of this. So we've been seeing this go on today, and we'll likely see that. And the problem is that we have so much of the smoke in place that we do have an air quality alert, not only for today, but also even into tomorrow. And we've been seeing this air quality kind of elevate into levels where it's unhealthy for people that might have asthma or any other heart or lung diseases, or elderly people or children. However, sometimes the air quality has been getting a little bit worse than that, and that's when it becomes unhealthy for everyone outside. So it's probably a good idea today and even into tomorrow to maybe just limit your time outside. Don't go outside for as long, and try to come in when you can, because we have been seeing that air quality be a concern. Now,
there.
Yeah, with the wildfire smoke that we're going to see, so the brighter colors are showing where that smoke is. So we'll have it through the evening, even into tonight. Some of it will be around. And what happens tomorrow morning? I think tomorrow morning may be the worst of this, because we're going to see another plume of smoke come in. So it's going to be very hazy tomorrow morning. You're going to be probably smelling smoke outside. But I do expect that probably by the time we get into the second half of the day on Friday, some of that will begin to fade, and then into Saturday. And it probably won't be until the weekend that we'll start to see kind of this begin to go away, at least a little bit. But then we'll be tracking some rain chances. So it'll be kind of changing with what we're going to see with our weather here moving forward. So the air quality quality forecast continues to be anywhere between the unhealthy for some and just generally unhealthy. So we're kind of in between there. So that's something to keep in mind. We've been talking about the air quality in the Northeast. All the major cities along the I-95 corridor have been dealing with this. New York City at one point saw some of the worst air quality, in the entire world.
It is so foggy out there. Like, it's hard to see. And I mean, I know it is the haze and all of the smoke, but the visibility is super low out in New York.
And it's just been very smoky, and we're going to see this continue right now, and we're going to see it continue over the next couple of days. So that's just something to keep in mind. It's very rare that we deal with this in this part of the country, but we have been. So it's something that we'll be continuing to monitor. Now, one thing, if you're going to be outside, and I wanted to show you the forecast for this. Now, this is Gizzard Fest in Potterville.
Okay, there you go.
I always like talking about Gizzard Fest because I think it's fun.
It is a fun little.
But in Potterville, it kicks off tonight at 5 o'clock. We'll have hazy conditions throughout, but it is going to be dry. We'll see temperatures falling into the 60s, and we will have some sunshine. It's just hard to tell with all the wildfire smoke. So definitely keep in mind with that reduction in the air quality that you want to be careful. I've seen some people wearing masks. And we'll be talking about that coming up later on in our 90 minutes of news about some of the air quality in Potterville and with Gizzard Fest and all that stuff going on. Sorry, there's a lot going on in the newsroom right now.
It's very busy.
But one of the other things that came out today, this is why I've been saying it's busy in the weather department, is that we also got a brand new drought monitor in today. We talk about this, comes out every Thursday morning, and not so surprising, we saw the abnormally dry conditions, that yellow color, expand to almost the entire lower peninsula, now includes all of mid-Michigan. And what I did today is I went back and looked at the rainfall departure since May 1st. And you can see between 3 to 4 inches below normal with our rainfall. Lansing has not seen any rainfall, or Jackson has not seen any rainfall this entire month. It is 19 consecutive days without rain, and we're likely going to get to probably 21 or 22 days, I think. So I don't have rain in the forecast tomorrow, and I don't have rain in the forecast on Saturday.
Sunday.
But I do have rain in the forecast for Sunday.
Okay,
So
what is that chance like?
It's pretty good.
We need it, Colton.
We need it, I know. And, someone put on my Facebook page, I'll believe it when I see it. And honestly, I'm kind of that way too, because it has been 19 days since we've seen rain. The last time it happened was on May 19th, which, I went back and looked through the history books. The longest streak that we've seen without rain ever in Lansing was 36 days.
Okay.
We're not going to get to that.
That is very, very bad.
No.
But we're still, in a little...
This is still, we're talking about potentially
position.
going over 3 weeks without any measurable rainfall.
That's absurd.
Which hasn't happened since 2015. So it's very rare to go this long without seeing rainfall, and we definitely need it, especially our farmers. Our farmers, trying to get the plants going for the summer season.
And the hard part with crops and planting for the farmers is it's not like they can plant strawberries later in the summer. No, each of these crops have a certain season that they need to be planted.
Well, and one of the things, too, is I believe, someone might correct me if I'm wrong here, but I believe there are different types of seeds for different plants that grow faster. So they can switch over to a different type of seed if they haven't already done it. But sometimes I think that costs more money.
And you still need the rain.
Right, and you still need the rain. So, it's kind of a lose-lose situation, even though that may be an option for some people. But the good news is that news is I know there's a lot of, grad parties this weekend, a lot of high school graduation ceremonies happening this weekend. I know that's not the best news to hear, but if it's on Saturday, you're fine.
Yes.
I don't think we're going to see any rain on Saturday, but on Sunday, I do expect us, especially by the time we get into the afternoon, we'll likely see a steady rain come in, and that's going to last into Sunday night, and then we'll keep rain in the forecast for Monday and Tuesday, but it's probably going to be a little bit more on the scattered variety.
We will take what we can get.
But yeah, so we're going to see some rain. It may be a healthy amount of rain, too. So ways to get out of droughts, you can't just get a 1 day of really heavy rainfall and say we're done. That's not how it works.
Nope.
You want a rain that lasts maybe a couple of days, that's kind of just steady. It's not too heavy. It can soak into the ground. And that's kind of what we're going to see. So it's welcome news. So this is one of our computer models showing you that as we head into the day on Sunday, of course, now my data is not loading.
Oh,
Hang on. Maybe it'll pop on.
I know, we're seeing
Gosh,
the time move.
no,
Oh,
I just had it and it
no.
didn't. I don't know what's going on. I'll skip past this. But we may end up talking about seeing at least a half-inch of rain across the
Oh,
entire
yeah, there you go.
region, possibly more. And I think a lot of people will see more than that.
Good.
So
Yeah, they definitely
that is
gonna accept
definitely, yeah, almost as much rain as we saw during the entire month of May could be coming Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday.
That's beautiful.
So,
That is
yeah,
great news.
We definitely need it. So,
And you're seeing that cool down in the middle of the week there. Well, I should say in the middle of the
forecast.
10-day forecast. Thank you. Yeah, from Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, it really dips down right there.
Yeah, and that's because we'll have the clouds and the rain. Now, what's going to happen is we're going to have an area of low pressure that kind of meanders over the region. So we'll likely develop a northwest wind. It'll get cooler in here, but it will also be coming with some rain and some clouds. So the start of the work week, definitely going to be a little bit cooler with some rain around. It's also going to be a little bit windy during that time, too, with that low so close by. But again, we need the rain. We have been overdue for days like that. So we're going to see that start the new work week, but it doesn't last long. By the time we get into the middle to end of next week and into the following weekend, it should be okay. And I haven't made the graphic yet.
Okay.
But I'm going to make the graphic for the Taylor Swift concert.
Oh, boy.
If you're going to that, everyone's giving me looks. It's fine.
We'll pull it out right here. There we go.
But a lot of people
Taylor
are going to be
Swift.
heading to Detroit tomorrow and Saturday for the shows.
Yeah.
I think the weather for both of them should be okay.
How are you feeling for that? I bet you were pumped up. You were containing it very well.
Well, it's like it's something that you bought the tickets so long ago. It's
You had
always
to.
It's been in like, yes, I'm looking forward to it, but now I'm like, oh my gosh, it's actually coming.
Are you a little anxious for it? Because
I'm like
you've waited?
nervous. I have like a nervous feeling in my stomach, but I'm trying not to be like too like over the top about it.
You've managed it well.
Sometimes.
In my opinion, you've managed it well. But I think that is a good heads up to give people. Obviously, the Taylor Swift concert's going tomorrow night too, as well. Friday and Saturday, or just Saturday?
It's Friday and Saturday.
In Detroit.
Detroit Ford Field.
There you go. So if you're out in the Metro Detroit area, just be very mindful. Even if you're not, there's going to be people traveling from all over our state to see Taylor Swift. And if you've seen anything on social media with her posts, that's all I've seen in my feeds, and I'm not even trying to see it. So many people are going, so be mindful of the traffic, of people being out late.
Yeah, I think it's going to be absolute mayhem in Detroit because there's also a ton of events going on in Detroit this weekend.
There's a Tigers game, too.
There's a Tigers game tomorrow night. There's a Tigers game Saturday afternoon.
Oh, no.
Luckily, it's an afternoon game, but I would have to imagine the traffic coming into Detroit and the traffic leaving Detroit all at the same time. It's going to cause some problems. So we'll see what time I can make it to downtown Detroit. Doors open at 4:30. I don't know how it's going to all pan out. I think a lot of people are in the same group, so it's going to be interesting.
Oh, you're going to have to give yourself so much drive time.
I know that, and
And prices for Ubers and Lyfts and any of those.
Insane. Even Ford Field parking garage, I actually parked there for Tigers games. Little known fact, it's a good place to park if you go to a Tigers game.
There you go.
But normally, I believe it's like $10 or $20 to park there. For the Taylor Swift concert, it's $50. And it's first come, first serve. So obviously those are going to be booked up way in advance.
Cars are going to be parked on top of each other.
Oh my gosh. And it's funny, I joined a Taylor Swift Eras Tour Facebook group.
Oh, no.
And you should just see the post. I mean, it's incredible, the excitement. So I know I keep talking about it, but it's going to be...
You better enjoy it for all of us that aren't going.
Yeah. I'm going to try to, and I'm telling people to delete me off social media if you don't want to see anything, because I'm going to be absolutely obnoxious.
Well, I will be watching it the whole time. So there we go. Something else people can watch it. Do you have anything else to go through?
No.
Oh, okay.
Good.
If people want to stay updated for any of the rain chances, how do we pull this up right now?
So Crystal just told us on our website, WILX.com.
Sorry.
Do you want me to do it?
Do it.
Okay.
Pull it up. Oh, you have to click around a bit.
Yeah, I got it. We'll get there. Hang on. This is important.
This is good. We also have a story in our First at 4 show today talking about the extreme long lines of people and the camping that people are doing. There you go.
And I love the headline, Get ready for it.
That is perfect.
The do's and don'ts for the Taylor Swift concert. And there's so much going on, and this is a really great article, it looks like, from our sister station, WNEM, talking about all this stuff going on. But like I said, the doors open at 4:30 both days, with the concert beginning at 6:30. There is some opening guests at the shows. Yeah.
This is going to be mayhem, like you said.
Well, and here's a picture of what's going on today. Sorry, I could talk about this all day. But they actually
the newscast on it.
They actually opened up the merchandise van or trailer today at Ford Field, and people have the opportunity to go out and buy some merchandise from the concert. And apparently the line has been wrapped around. I actually saw something that the line wasn't crazy bad. Some people were only standing in line for like an hour, which
but this is the day or two before the concert still. I imagine the day of. I can't, because I think there'd be too many people for my brain to wrap around that number.
No, what I've told myself is like, yes, I'd want a t-shirt, but also like if the line's crazy, I'll just order it online. You can find all this stuff online.
That's true. There you go. Save yourself the time in the line. All right. Well, if people want to stay up to date with any of the rain chances in the forecast, if you do have the grad parties, if you're going to the Taylor Swift concert, you want to know what the weather is like, here's how you can stay updated.
And, one of the great tools of this, now, over the weekend, we actually did see a severe thunderstorm warning that got issued for Calhoun County. Now, that update went directly to our First Alert Weather app. I posted an update immediately after, so that's how important it is, especially when we get into severe weather season. We're in severe weather season. We just haven't seen a lot of it yet. But it's definitely very useful, and if you're going to be traveling to Metro Detroit outside of mid-Michigan, you're going to be traveling up north for the weekend, it'll follow you too, so you can get the updates there too. So very useful. It's not just a local thing that you can only use it while you're here. You can use it wherever you're going to go. So make sure you download it and turn on the push notifications, and you get updates throughout the day.
Yeah, there you go. And here it is. You can download it for free off of Google Play or off of the Apple App Store. So it is free. Who doesn't love that? Go download it now and stay up to date with all of the First Alert forecasts. But something we want to update you on is what's coming up during our First at 4 and 90 minutes of news. So during First at 4 today, we bring in the Boys and Girls Club of Lansing, and they're talking about how children can continue to have their hungry mouths fed during the summer months. A lot of lower income families, have their children go to school, get that education, but also the meals that are provided during school help to feed their children, and they're nutritious. And so the Boys and Girls Club of Lansing is going to come in and share how they continue to provide, and among other organizations as well, how they continue to help children get fed during the summer months and making sure they're staying healthy, they're being fed. So a lot of great resources right there. Make sure you tune in First at 4. Then News 10 at 5, we have the emotional reunion between Macomb County Sheriff's deputies and the family of a toddler that they saved from drowning. We have that video on our website right now if you head to WILX.com. And then at 5:30, Claudia Sella with Studio 10 actually takes us inside of one of Lansing's oldest churches, where they're using their organ, one of the oldest ones around, to bring the community together. You'll have to tune in for that at 5:30. Then coming up at 6, our very own Maya Kuznicki dives into how the air quality issues, like Colton was just talking about, is impacting the health of those in mid-Michigan. Coming up also when we bring in our reporters, I'll be doing that pretty soon here, but Justin Kent also live at 5 with the impact of the dry weather on the Gizzard Festival, like Colton was talking about as well. So the Gizzard Fest starts tomorrow in Potterville, but Justin Kent will be live at 5 today in our 90 minutes of news to share how the dry weather could be impacting that, and I'm sure that is definitely having some sort of an impact. But right now we're going to send it over to our reporters live out in the field. That is Riley and Aaron. We're going to see what they're up to.
Lansing voters say that public safety is their top concern. I'm Riley Connell, and I'm talking with city officials to find out how they're going to address the issue. You can find out more about this story tonight at News 10 at 5:30.
I'm Erin Bowling, and I'm in Jackson today to talk with Special Olympics head coach Randy Coleman, who's been selected to represent the U.S. and Michigan at the Special Olympics in Germany. He heads out this weekend, so I'm hitting the water with him to see how he got to this point. All of that story on News 10 at 6. Taylor, back to you at the desk.
All right, thank you, Aaron and Riley, for sharing what you have coming up today during our 90 minutes of news. Until then, make sure you're staying... Oh, we got a phone ringing over here. Crystal, is that your phone? It's not your phone. Is it my phone? It's not my phone.
I think it might be Ann.
And Anne's
She stepped
phone.
out of the room.
She is very busy in the newsroom today. Hope you guys have a great rest of your Friday Junior, your Friday Eve, this Thursday. Have a great rest of your day.
Yep, see you.
All right.